Hello, this is my detailed video on the entrance exam that happens in Ferguson for psychology, and here's my experience. So, later back in 2024, I applied for this exam, entrance exam. As when I was in my bachelor's, I was thinking that I want to give this exam and I want to go into Ferguson, so I was preparing. So, to be really honest, I did some digging and my research and found out that there is an entrance exam that is happening. So, you have to fill up the form, which cost you around 800 if you're from general category. And I don't remember the fees if you're not from general category. I will, if I get a chance, I'll put it up over here. And so yeah, that's the fees. In this video, so I'll be sharing with you some study material, some tips, and some expected questions that may come in the exam. So to start with materials, to be honest, when I was studying for the exam, I had no idea, no clue how to study for this exam because I was from Mumbai University, to be really honest. And when I was going through my syllabus of bachelor's, I was like, I know it because I recently gave my bachelor's, so I was pretty sure that I know this stuff, so it's very easy. It's pretty easy because when you give your bachelor's exam, you're pretty sure that yeah, it's just a revision. But then I did talk to many people, and one of my mentor told me that you can use this book. She suggested me a book. I don't remember its name, but I'll just put it somewhere over here, and I will add the link in the description. It may help you, but that book basically consists of abnormal psychology and some theories of cognitive psychology. That's what the book content was, and it helped me a lot to understand the disorders. So basically, the materials, there are no such materials. If you are looking into what materials should I see or should I need for the studying, there is no materials. The only material that you need for that exam is just your bachelor's notes and your bachelor's exam stuff, because I'll be pretty honest with you, it's just your revision or how much of a knowledge you have from your bachelor's, and basically practical knowledge, how much do you have, that they are testing in that exam. So to be completely honest, I was actually dumbfounded when they asked me practical knowledge or practical based questions, because I knew it in a theoretical way, but while it was in a practical manner, it was kind of very distracting because I was sitting in a distractive environment, and it was kind of confusing a lot for me because a lot of options in that exam were very similar to each other. So I will say that you need to, while studying, you need to refer to statistics that you have in your bachelor: statistics, cognitive psychology, and abnormal psychology. As far as I think the questions that they can ask are from these three subjects, and you need to be thorough with your theories, and also you need to be thorough with like all the information that you have, and see to it that you have a practical application. Now you can, now for example, you may ask me like how practical. So I'll suggest you that you can go to ChatGPT and you can just tell that what kind of practical application based questions can you create, and then ChatGPT might help you in creating these type of or curating these type of questions wherein you can understand what type of questions can be asked. For if you're from a non-psych background, I will first recommend you to go through all the books from psychology, like which were in, if you had psychology in 11, 12, you refer to those books. Then you would go and refer to anesthesia's statistics book, Anesthesia and Gregory, I feel. I will also give the link of that book down below if I have. Um, then I can, then I want you to go through the cognitive psychology book and abnormal psychology book and the theories of psychology, very basic theories. And in abnormal psychology, to just know about the disorders that you have. So yeah, to know and have knowledge of the basic stuff that was taught in bachelor's. So if you want to apply in MA psychology, I don't think so there is an option, but if you do want to take it and apply, I think you can go through this. So as for the materials, I was sure that there were only some, like I would just rely on my bachelor's notes. So if you're like waiting to understand what should I study or where should you I start from after your bachelor's exams are done, you revise those notes again and again. And if you're very thorough with your notes and all all these things, then you're good to go, I guess, because you already know what you want or what you know. So to be really honest, when I was studying for my entrance, I did not had or like I did not had any knowledge, to be really honest, from where should I study. So I was very confused because there was none materials. I did go to the website, as they said that you can go to the website and you can always refer to the last year papers, but I did not find it. It was very tough for me to find them. I did go a lot of time and then there was random things popping up. So I feel that I might, from my side, I might not find it, but if you do find it, great. But I did not, and I did turn my back to then YouTube, wherein I was searched on YouTube, and then again on YouTube there were interviews of many people, but not specific material from where I can study from. So yeah, then again, coming back to the tips, I'll share the tips with you at the end, but the practical based questions or what type of questions you can expect in this type of entrance is that when I was giving, there was this one specific question that stuck with me. So it was from statistics. So it was a question like, there is an XYZ person who has given birth to a baby and she wants to vaccinate the baby. But then she was reading a newspaper, and in the newspaper it said that vaccinating your baby is bad, or vaccination for the baby can lead to some harm, can cause harm to the baby, something like that. And the this was the question, which was typical practical application, and the thing was, I had to tell which type of conformity is this. I don't think so it was in statistical. I guess it is in a cognitive uh, background more, but yeah, which type of conformity is it? So, and there were options. So there are many options that were like very similar. So there was availability heuristic, I guess. There was this option also, like illiteracy. Then there was some other conformities, and many of the options when you're giving to in the exam, they're very very similar. So you need to know what you need to know your concepts very nicely. So then another question that I remember was about statistics. So first one was about cognitives. My bad, I just really said it was statistics. So the first one was cognitive. Another one was about a certain experiment that they ask, and what type of test, like t-test, ANOVA, what type of test would I use on this test. So these type of question you are expected to know it, because you know from your bachelor's and you have learned. So these type of questions they might ask. I don't know about 2025 or the other batches that they have, but when I was giving, these were the type of questions that they asked. Coming to the tips that I would like you to give if you're giving this exam, is that be sure this is a computerized test, um, to be very honest. So make sure that you have a good Wi-Fi. Your data is very, you have a good data connection. You have charged your laptop, and there should be only focus modes like on, so that nobody is you know there are no notifications, sorry about that, there are no notification popping up. So example, if there are any notification that pops up while you're giving the exam, it will be considered that you are cheating. So So to avoid that stuff, you see to it that when you're giving the exam, you have updated your laptop, your battery is charged, everything is charged. See to it that your antivirus, sometimes we have this antivirus things in, the laptop, and it pops up. So make sure that is off, because they consider it as a malpractice, and it is not this it's not good. So it happened to me when I was giving, and I was pretty scared what's going to happen. uh, so yeah, whenever after you're done with your questions, or like after you're done with your exam, see, make sure that while before submitting, you make sure that all your questions, you have answered it properly. So check it twice, and then only you submit, because sometimes it might happen that you have not attempted other questions, so due to which your marks can be cut. The another thing is, if you are very stressed about the exam, I would say do not worry about that. So one tip that I will give you is that when you get your hall ticket, there is a time, certain time. It is, I guess it's from 10:30 to 12:30, 50 questions, 1 hour. Seems fair. There is a lot of time. You can take 15 minutes or 10 minutes to just go through the questions, and to see like, oh, how much I know and how much I can attempt, and what answers I'm very very sure of, and you can attempt them. But if you're unsure of any questions, or like you're not sure, like I don't know if I can attempt, then you can take your time, and you can answer it later on also. But make sure that they are very, like, make sure that with the answers that you're answering before, that you're very very sure of, they are right. So yeah, that's the thing, or that's the tip that I would like to give you. And do not panic about this entrance. I'll also like to say that if you think you if you like I mean, I'm so sorry, I fumbled a lot. So yeah, so do not panic, and do not stress about this exam. If you did not get in, or it's if you didn't get in, it's okay, because what happened at art, like my time when I gave the exam, is that there was only 24 seats in Ferguson, and there are 24 seats in Ferguson, and these seats are like divided. For example, some seats are reserved, some seats are given to foreign students, some seats are for general category, some seats are for the other university students, and I'm pretty sure for the university there is only one seat. So it's a lot of competition, 500 people apply, as I mentioned earlier. So like, there is a chance that they might take you in. Like there is a chance, because when I applied, it was like they took the 24 students in, and then they did not get the other people or the other students, because there were very less students, so there were very less seats that they thought. So their intake, so they started another intake wherein they put up a notice and told that whoever has given the exam for the entrance, they can contact us, and if you want the admission. So there was a plus intake after the entrance happened, but there was a very after a very long time, I guess. After the exam happened in June, the results were out in June, and then after 1 month it happened. So yeah, so you might get a chance to go there. So it's on your luck basically. So yeah, if you don't get into Ferguson, there are very nice college out there other than Ferguson, and you can apply there. So it's not just like Ferguson is best, but you can apply to any other colleges. The only thing is, do not take any tension, and it's pretty easy. So yeah, this was my experience of Ferguson's entrance exam and how I handled it, from me being a Mumbai University student. So I was pretty shocked that there's just one seat and then there are 500 people applying. So yeah, so this was my experience overall, and it was pretty good, and I learned too like very much or too much out of it. So yeah, I hope you liked it. If you do like it, hit it like, and if you like this content of mine, consider subscribing it. I do post a lot about psychology content. I will post. I sometimes don't. I will post. And yeah, and share it if you want to share it to someone who might be thinking of giving an entrance exam of Ferguson. It might be helpful for them. The another thing that I would like you to say is that if you're from another university, like if you are not from Pune University, you have very less chance to get in that college. For example, I am from Mumbai University, and when I went to the college to ask them about the procedure and how it is, they said that from Mumbai University and other university, there is only one seat. And there are 50 questions that they're going to ask you. And you need to, for you to get in, you need to at least answer all the questions right. So the last time the cutoff was something 48, I feel, or 49 for the other universities. So yeah, so for you to get in the college, and if you're from an outside university, there is a lot of competition. There are like from other university, there are like 500 people who apply to this university. So there is a lot of competition that you might face. So there is just one seat in this college.